The assignment that shocked the galaxy. The Galactic Academy was not a normal school. It floated in deep space, far from any single world. Students from hundreds of species studied there. Some had claws, some had scales, some had too many eyes to count. They came to learn strategy, survival, and control. Humans were new, very new. Most students had never seen a human before this year. They knew only the stories. Weak bodies, soft skin, no natural weapons. A species that needed tools to survive. The human student sat quietly in the back row of the main hall. His name was Elias. He was average by human standards. Not tall, not strong, no armor, no weapons. Just a simple uniform and calm eyes. Around him, alien students whispered and watched. Some laughed. Some stared with curiosity. Most ignored him. The instructor entered the hall. He was tall, covered in dark plates, with glowing eyes that scanned the room. When he spoke, the hall became silent. Today, the instructor said, "You will receive your next assignment." A large screen lit up behind him. Each student will bring a living predator from their home world. The room reacted at once. Some students showed sharp smiles. Others made sounds of pride. Predators were symbols of power. Bringing a strong one meant respect. The instructor continued, "The predator must be alive. It must be real. Tomorrow, you will present it to the class." Excitement spread through the hall. A reptilian student leaned toward his friends. "I will bring a spine ripper from my oceans." Another student clicked proudly. "My species hunts with mind beasts. They kill without touch." Laughter echoed. Then someone looked at the human. A thin alien with long ears tilted his head. "What about the human?" The room went quiet for half a second. Then laughter exploded. What predator could a human bring? They do not have any. They are prey. Elias did not react. He stayed seated, hands folded, eyes forward. The instructor's gaze rested on him. "Human," the instructor said, "will you complete the assignment?" "Yes," Elias replied. His voice was calm. No fear, no pride, just certainty. That made some students uncomfortable. The next day, the hall was full again. One by one, students entered with containers, cages, and energy fields. Some predators roared. Some hissed. Some slammed against their restraints. The air felt dangerous. Large screens showed threat levels. Many flashed red. The class watched with excitement. Then the human arrived. He was late. The doors opened slowly, and Elias walked in alone. No guards, no cage, no energy field. In his hands, he carried a small box. It was plain, white, light. The laughter began immediately. "That's it, a box. Is the predator already dead?" Elias walked to the center platform. He placed the box down gently. The instructor frowned. "Open it," he ordered. Elias did. Inside the box sat a small animal. It had soft fur, pointed ears, a long tail wrapped around its body. It was sleeping. For one long moment, the room was silent. Then the laughter was louder than before. "That is a pet. It is harmless. It is tiny." One student wiped tears from his eyes. "This is the human predator." The instructor raised a claw for silence. "This," he said slowly, "is unacceptable." The scanners activated. A beam of light passed over the animal. The screens flickered. Threat level, unknown. The instructor paused. "That is strange," he muttered. The animal moved. Its eyes opened. They were round, calm, focused. The room felt different. The laughter stopped. The animal did not panic. It did not try to escape. It simply looked around, then looked at Elias. Elias met its gaze. "It's okay," he said softly. The animal stood. It stretched slowly, like it had all the time in the universe. The instructor stepped back without realizing it. "What is its name?" he asked. "Luna," Elias replied. The scanners tried again. Threat level, error. A low sound filled the room. Not a roar, a purr. Some students felt chills. The instructor straightened. "The demonstration will begin," he said. The lights dimmed. A simulation field formed around the platform. Inside it, a mechanical predator appeared. Fast, sharp, designed to kill. Luna's tail moved once, and the galaxy was about to learn something it never expected when the room stopped laughing. The simulation field locked into place. A low hum filled the hall as energy walls rose around the platform. No one could enter. No one could leave. Every student leaned forward. The mechanical predator activated. It was tall, sharp, made of black alloy. Long blades formed its legs, and its head held glowing red eyes. It was built to hunt, not to scare. This machine had ended thousands of test lives across the academy. The instructor's voice echoed. This predator reacts faster than most living beings. It will attack anything it sees as weak. Some students smiled again. They looked at the small animal on the platform. Luna sat still. She did not hiss. She did not run. She did not even look afraid. The machine moved. Its head snapped toward Luna. Threat sensor screamed. The machine charged. Gasps filled the hall. She will die. End it. This is madness. Elias did not move. He did not shout. He did not run forward. He only said one thing. Luna. That was all. The machine leaped. In that moment, something strange happened. Time felt slower. The students expected screams. They expected blood. They expected proof that humans were foolish. Instead, Luna vanished. Not jumped. Not ran. Vanished. The machine slammed into empty air. Metal claws cut sparks into the platform. Before the machine could turn, a loud crash echoed. The mechanical predator collapsed. Its legs twisted. Its core cracked. The simulation field shut down by itself. Silence filled the hall. No one spoke. Luna sat on top of the broken machine. She yawned. Then she jumped down and began cleaning her paw. The instructor stared. His eyes flickered in confusion. That is not possible, he said. The scanners came back online. Threat level, extreme. The word blinked red. Panic spread. Students backed away from their seats. Some climbed over others. That thing is dangerous. Kill it. Why is it not restrained? Luna looked up. Her ears turned. She watched them. The room felt smaller. Elias stepped forward. She won't hurt anyone, he said calmly. Unless she has to. The instructor turned sharply. You brought a killing creature into this academy, he snapped. Elias shook his head. No, he said. I brought a cat. That word meant nothing to them. The instructor ordered more tests. Release a second unit, he said. The assistants hesitated. That is not protocol, one said. Do it, the instructor replied. A second mechanical predator appeared. Faster, heavier, stronger. The students held their breath. Luna noticed it instantly. Her body changed. Not bigger, not louder, just focused. Her eyes narrowed. Her tail stopped moving. The machine attacked. This time, the students barely saw anything. A blur of motion, a sharp sound. The second machine fell apart mid-air. Pieces scattered across the platform. Emergency alarms sounded. The instructor raised both claws. Stop all tests, he commanded. The room shook with whispers. This is a predator? No, this is a hunter. How do humans survive with this? Elias picked Luna up gently. She relaxed in his arms. Some students gasped. That human is insane, one whispered. She should kill him. But Luna only purred. The instructor took a step back. How long, he asked slowly, has your species lived with these creatures? Elias thought for a moment. Thousands of years, he said. Why? The instructor asked. Elias looked around the room. At first, he said, they hunted our pests. The instructor froze. Then, he asked. Then, Elias continued, they became family. The hall was silent again. The instructor dismissed the class early. As students left, none of them laughed. None of them spoke loudly. All of them watched the human and his cat with new eyes. That night, reports were sent across the academy. One line stood out. Human companion species classified as apex predators. Luna slept peacefully. The galaxy did not. The mistake that changed everything. The academy did not sleep that night. Lights stayed on in every control room. Screens replayed the same footage again and again. The small-furred creature moving faster than machines, destroying predators built to kill armies. The instructors argued, this is a threat. This is a weapon. This is a mistake we allowed inside. Only one student was not present. Elias. He had been ordered to remain in his quarters. For safety reasons, Luna was taken. Not forcefully. Not yet. She was carried carefully into a high-security chamber deep inside the academy. Energy walls surrounded the room. Sensors covered every angle. Automated weapons tracked her every breath. Luna did not resist. She sat calmly in the center of the chamber and looked around. The lead researcher spoke into the recorder. Subject appears relaxed, possibly unaware of danger. He was wrong. The first test began. A drone released a sharp sound, meant to trigger fear. Luna's ears twitched. Nothing more. The second test increased gravity. The floor pressed down hard enough to crush most creatures. Luna bent her legs and sat comfortably. Some researchers shifted uneasily. Increase pressure, the lead researcher ordered. Warning lights flashed. The system hesitated, then obeyed. Luna stood up. Her eyes changed, not with anger, with attention. The gravity field failed. The room shook. How was she resisting? Someone whispered. No one answered. They moved to the next phase. A live predator was released into the chamber, bigger than Luna, covered in armor, born to kill. The energy walls dropped just enough. The predator roared and charged. Luna did not move. Not until the last second. The cameras failed. Every screen went black. Screaming filled the control room. When the feeds returned, the predator was gone. Not dead. Gone. Only claw marks remained. Luna sat in the same spot. Calm. Clean. Silent. The lead researcher swallowed hard. This creature is not a test subject, he said quietly. It is a sentient hunter. At the same time, Elias felt something wrong. He stood up suddenly in his room. His chest felt tight. Luna, he whispered. The door to his quarters remained locked. He tried to contact the staff. No answer. In the lab, the researchers made their final mistake. They decided to separate Luna from human influence. One assistant reached forward with a restraint tool. Luna looked at the hand. Then she growled. It was low, soft, but it froze everyone in place. Stand down, someone said. Too late. The lights exploded. Alarms screamed. Doors sealed. Luna moved. Not in fear. Not in rage. In defense. Across the academy, systems failed. Locks opened. Cameras died. Something was hunting. Elias's door unlocked. He ran. Guard tried to stop him. They fell. Not by his hand. By shadows moving too fast to see. When Elias reached the lab, the door was already open. Luna stood inside, surrounded by silence. She looked at him. Her tail flicked once. Then she walked to him. The alarm stopped. The academy went still. The instructors arrived too late. They saw the truth. Humans did not control predators. Predators chose humans. And the galaxy had just crossed a line it would regret forever. When humans stopped asking, the academy was silent. Not the calm silence of learning. The heavy silence of fear. Broken machines littered the halls. Emergency lights glowed red. No alarms sounded anymore because there were no systems left to warn anyone. Instructors gathered in the central chamber. They were shaken. They had seen predators before. They had studied killers. They had control monsters. But this was different. This is no longer a classroom matter, one instructor said quietly. This is a political disaster, another replied. The lead instructor stared at the floor. We detained a human companion species, he said. Without consent. No one corrected him. Everyone knew the truth. They had crossed a line. Elias stood in the medical bay. Luna sat beside him on the bed. She was unharmed. Not a scratch. Not a mark. But she was alert. Too alert. Her eyes followed every movement. Every sound. Doctors tried to scan her. The devices failed. She is blocking the readings, one whispered. Elias looked at them calmly. She's protecting me, he said. The doctor stepped back. Across the academy, news spread fast. Human embassies were alerted. Human ships changed course. The word detainment echoed through communication channels. And humans did not like that word. A human representative arrived within hours. She was small compared to most species. No claws. No armor. Just a dark uniform and cold eyes. Her name was Director Hale. She walked into the council chamber alone. The instructors felt pressure without force. You tested a human companion, she said calmly. No one answered. You isolated it. Still silence. You trigger a defense response. The lead instructor nodded slowly. Yes, he said. We underestimated the situation. Director Hale leaned forward. No, she corrected. You misunderstood humans. She activated a hologram. Images filled the room. Cats sitting on laps. Cats sleeping near children. Cats watching from shadows. These are not weapons, Hale said. They are partners. One instructor spoke nervously. Then why is it so deadly? Hale smiled. Because we never removed their nature, she said. We earned their trust. The room felt colder. Your academy violated human protection laws, Hale continued. You separated bonded species. You created fear. She paused. And fear makes predators honest. At that moment, Luna stood up in the medical bay. Her ears flattened. Elias felt it immediately. They're afraid, he said softly. Luna growled. Not loud. Not wild. A warning. Security teams rushed to the bay. They stopped at the door. None of them entered. She's guarding him, one guard whispered. From what? Another asked. The answer came too late. A non-human security unit tried to activate a restraint field. The field failed. Luna hissed. The lights shattered. The floor cracked. The guards fell back. Elias stood between Luna and the door. Stop, he said. His voice carried farther than it should have. Luna froze. She looked at him. Slowly, she sat down. The guards stared. You control it? One asked. Elias shook his head. No, he said. She listens. That moment was recorded and shared. Across the galaxy, species watched the footage. A predator that destroyed machines. Stopped by a human voice. Fear changed into respect. Back in the council chamber, Director Hale ended the meeting. The Academy will issue a formal apology, she said. All data will be shared with human authorities. And human students will no longer be tested without consent. The instructors agreed. They had no choice. As Hale turned to leave, the lead instructor asked one final question. What happens if we hadn't stopped? Hale paused, then answered honestly. Then Luna wouldn't have stopped either. That night, the Academy changed its classification systems. Cats were no longer labeled as animals. They were listed as independent apex hunters, allied with humans. Elias returned to his quarters. Luna curled up beside him. She slept, but the galaxy did not, because everyone now understood one thing. If this is how humans treat their companions, what happens when someone hurts a human? The galaxy tests the wrong species. The apology from the Academy spread fast. Too fast. Across the galaxy, powerful groups watched the recordings again and again. The cat, the broken machines, the human voice that stopped a hunter. Fear did not unite them. Greed did. If humans can bond with such predators, one council whispered, then those predators can be taken. A shadow group formed in silence. Not instructors, not teachers, collectors. Their ships did not use Academy codes. Their weapons were illegal. Their goal was simple. Capture the cat. Study it. Control it. They waited until night cycle. The Academy believed the danger had passed. It was wrong. Elias woke suddenly. Luna was standing. Her fur was raised. Her ears flat. Her eyes locked on the door. Something was coming. Before Elias could speak, the lights died. Not flickered. Died. Emergency seals dropped across the floor. Then the wall exploded inward. Armed figures entered the room. Tall, armored, silent. Do not damage the specimen, one said. Elias moved in front of Luna instantly. She is not a specimen, he said. A weapon rose. Step aside, human. Luna growled. The sound did not echo. It pressed. The attackers hesitated. That half-second saved lives. Luna launched. The first attacker never screamed. The second fired blindly. The shot missed Elias by inches. The room became chaos. Not loud chaos. Fast chaos. Lights shattered. Armor split. Shadows moved where Luna passed. The attackers realized too late. This was not a lab. This was a hunt. Security alarms finally triggered. Human response ships arrived faster than anyone expected. They had already been close. Because humans prepare. The attackers try to flee. They did not all succeed. Director Hale watched the recordings in silence. Then she stood. "This is no longer an Academy issue," she said. "This is an act of aggression. Across human space, fleets activated. No announcements. No threats. Just movement." Alien governments panicked. "We did not authorize this. It was not us." Humans listened. Humans recorded. Humans remembered. At the Academy, Elias sat with Luna in the medical bay again. This time, guards stood outside. Human guards. Luna leaned against Elias. She was calm now. Satisfied. "You protected me," Elias whispered. Luna blinked slowly. That was her answer. Director Hale entered. She looked at Elias. "They tried to take her," she said. "They failed," Elias replied. "Yes," Hale said. "But now the galaxy knows something." "What?" Elias asked. Hale looked at Luna. "That human companions are not property," she said. "They are not weapons. And touching them," she paused, "is treated as an attack on humanity." Orders were sent out. New laws written. Any harm to bonded human species would trigger human protection protocols. The galaxy read the message carefully. Very carefully, because attached to it was a single line of footage. Luna standing over armed attackers, then calmly returning to her human. No rage, no fear, only choice. And that terrified them most. That night, alien news networks used a new phrase. They stopped saying human pets. They started saying human allies. And deep in space, some species finally understood. The galaxy did not fear humans because of their weapons. It feared them because even their companions chose to fight beside them. The silence before the galaxy spoke. The galaxy became quiet, not peaceful, careful. Human fleets did not attack. They did not threaten. They simply stayed where they were. And that scared everyone more. Trade routes shifted. Alien councils delayed meetings. Borders tightened. Every species asked the same question. What will humans do next? At the Academy, classes resumed. But nothing felt the same. Seats around Elias stayed empty. No one laughed near him now. No one whispered. They watched. Luna followed Elias everywhere. Not as a guard, as a presence. Instructors avoided eye contact with her. Some students flinched when she stretched. The lead instructor called an emergency council session. "We must end this," he said, "before fear turns into war." A proposal was made, a dangerous one. "We invite humans to demonstrate control," another instructor suggested. Publicly, peacefully, the room froze. "You want humans to prove restraint?" Yes. The message was sent. Humans agreed. Too quickly. That made the council nervous. The demonstration took place in the central arena. Billions watched across the galaxy. In the arena stood Elias. Unarmed. No armor. No guards. Beside him sat Luna. Across from them, a control predator was released. Not a machine. A living alien hunter. Bigger than anything Luna had faced. The instructor spoke. "This test will prove whether human-bonded predators can be controlled under threat." The predator roared and charged. Gasps spread across the galaxy. Elias did not move. He did not shout. He knelt. He placed his hand on the ground. "Luna," he said softly. The predator lunged. Luna stood. Her body blocked Elias completely. Her fur rose. Her eyes locked. The predator stopped. Confused. It felt it. Something older. Something sharper. Luna took one step forward. The predator retreated. The arena went silent. Elias stood. "Enough," he said. Luna sat. The predator fled. The demonstration ended. The galaxy stared. They had expected violence. They had seen restraint. That night, a final message was broadcast by the Human Council. Director Hale spoke calmly. "We do not conquer," she said. "We coexist, but we do not allow harm." She looked directly into the camera. "Our companions are not tools. They are not weapons. They are family." The message ended. No threats. No demands. Just truth. The galaxy responded. One by one, species signed new agreements. Human spaces expanded. Not by force, but by invitation. At the Academy, new rules were carved into the main hall. Never test what chooses to protect. Elias returned to his quarters. Luna jumped on his bed. She curled up and slept. Finally, outside, the stars burned quietly. The galaxy had spoken, and it chose caution, because it finally understood. Humans were not dangerous because they controlled predators. They were dangerous because predators trusted them. Why the galaxy never made that mistake again. Years passed. The Galactic Academy still floated in deep space, but it was no longer the same place. The main hall had changed. Statues of old war heroes were removed. In their place stood something small, a human and a cat. No weapons, no armor, just standing side by side. New students stopped there every day. They were told the same story. This is where the galaxy learned. No one laughed anymore. Elias was no longer a student. He became a guest speaker. Older, calmer, still quiet. Luna walked beside him. Her steps were slower now, but her presence was unchanged. During one lecture, a young alien raised a claw. Why? The student asked. Did humans bring such predators into our homes? The room waited. Elias looked at Luna. Then he answered. Because we are not afraid of what we respect, he said. Silence followed. Records from that day spread again. New worlds studied human behavior. Not their weapons, not their ships, their bonds. Across the galaxy, laws were rewritten. No bonded species could be separated. No companion could be tested. No human could be underestimated. Some still tried. They always failed, because humans responded the same way every time. Not with fear, with unity. One final report became famous across the stars. It summarized everything in one line. Humans do not tame predators. Predators choose humans. Luna lived a long life. When she passed, Elias sat quietly beside her. No cameras recorded that moment. It was not needed. At the academy, a bell rang that day. Classes stopped, not out of respect, out of understanding. A new inscription was added beneath the statue. This species brought a predator when asked. They brought a friend. Long after Elias was gone, long after Luna became history, the lesson remained. Whenever a species mocked humans, they were corrected. Whenever someone asked, "Are humans dangerous?" the answer was always the same. No, they said, but their friends are. And somewhere in the quiet stars, the galaxy remembered the day a class asked for a predator, and a human brought a cat.